Hey guys, what's up? Angus here. Got a review today. Today's review is going to be of a gun that is actually very nice for the price you pay. Pretty economical pistol we're taking a look at today. We're going to be taking a look at the TSD Sports Tactical 1911 CO2 non-blowback pistol. Very, very nice gun for the price. Purchase it via the link below at airsoftsstation.com for $40. Great for beginner, even to intermediate. This is a nice pistol. Again, link below. Let's get into this review. Let's open the package and see what is included when you purchase the TSD Tactical 1911 from airsoftsstation.com for $40. Now your pistol won't come in a box, it'll actually come in this free pistol carrying case. This is free, don't get to pay extra for it. It's actually of a very nice quality, it's a hard plastic. As you can hear there, I've whacked this thing against the wall, it hasn't snapped or broken in any place, so you can probably use this for a good while after you get the gun. The only problem I'd say would be one of the snaps up here is a little bit loose. Anyway, on the front of the case, you just got a picture of the gun with a couple specs, and free pistol carrying case, very nice addition considering you're only paying $40. Let's open up this box. Alright, now when you do open up the carry case when you first get it, you're going to notice there is a nice foam interior here, so this gun's definitely not going to break during shipping. And here's what is included in the package. Included in the package is a small bag of about 50.2 gram BBs. These are probably TSD, so you can probably go ahead and use them. Even if they weren't, I really wouldn't worry. Then there is your TSD Sports Tactical 1911 instruction manual. This is pretty simple. All it tells you inside how to do is how to load your CO2 as well as your magazine. Gives you a bunch of warnings. However, it does have a very nice parts breakdown on the back. And then finally, there's your TSD Tactical 1911 as well as a 15-round metal magazine. Alright, so first impressions, you first take this thing out of the box. What we were expecting from a Sportline pistol is, something a little bit cheaper, but this thing's actually very nice. It's very solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart in your hand. Great feel to it. It's got a very nice weight. So first impressions, I'm liking this pistol. Now just to cover something really basic here, guys, just for the people out there who are watching this as a beginner, they're looking to get this pistol. This is a non-blowback gun. What that means is that the slide does not come back with each shot as with an actual blowback gun. However, it is still semi-automatic, which is a step up from the normal spring pistols that the beginners are probably shooting. You don't have to cock it each time. You can continuously pull the trigger in order to fire. However, the only difference is non-blowback. The slide's not going to go back. Nothing's going to happen up top. It's just going to be semi-automatic. Alright, so now let's get into this actual review. Talk about the external and internal construction first. Now, as we know, TSD Sports Sportline guns are typically going to be made of a, ABS plastic. As in the case with this ABS plastic, it's not cheap. It's a very, very solid feel on the gun. As you can hear there, nothing's really going to break on it in my opinion. Everything's solidly attached. Nothing's cheap. And basically the whole exterior of the gun is constructed of a very nice ABS plastic. Grip is serrated, and the grip is hollow until you put your CO2 in. However, even with the CO2 out, the gun actually has a very nice weight to it. I'm going to say anywhere from 1 pound to 2 pounds. Now, metal, there is a little bit of metal on here. The inner barrel is metal. The trigger is metal. 15-round magazine is metal. This small piece here, saying caliber 6mm, is metal, and there also are some metal internals in this thing. So nothing's cheap inside. It's not going to break real fast. My opinion, external, internally, even though it's a sport line, external's very solid, nothing's cheap. Internally, got some nice stuff in there. Metal construction on the inside, ABS on the outside. Good construction from TSD Sportline 1911. Now that we're done talking about the construction, let's get into some of the features of this 1911. It is a tactical gun, so there are a couple interesting things on here, and some of these features include a nice serrated grip here. Serration on the grip is actually very nice, very comfortable, adds a little bit of grip when you're holding the gun. Now, as I've already mentioned, the grip is hollow until you put the CO2 in, because this is a CO2-powered gas pistol. Therefore, you do have to insert your CO2 somewhere. Now, this is a convenient housing that it is housed inside the grip. As you can see there, simply pull the grip back in order to reveal your CO2 chamber. Now, that's a step up from the standard magazine where you screw in with the Allen key your CO2, simply because with those magazines, eventually the inside of the magazine is worn down and you have to buy a new magazine, and plus, it allows you to not have a big bulky mag sticking out the bottom of this pistol. So, housed conveniently in the grip is the CO2. As you can see, I already have a 12 gram CO2 cartridge in here, but how you do it is you take your standard 12 gram CO2 cartridge, as I've already said, and you'd insert it in here by simply placing it in, and then you're going to take this small key down at the bottom and twist it in order to tighten in the CO2. It'll get tougher and tougher as you go, showing that the CO2 cartridge is getting tighter in there, and eventually you'll hear a hiss from the CO2 exerting, and that means that your CO2 cartridge is in, and you are capable of firing. I think we have a little bit of gas in here still. No, we do not, but You will hear quite a loud bang when the CO2 is in at first. We've chronoed this thing with a fresh CO2 cartridge at around 420 feet per second. That'll probably draft down to around 370, 390 feet per second. Now getting the main features out of the way, of course you're going to have your magazine. In order to eject it, simply going to press the small black button located directly behind the trigger. Push it in, and as you can see, immediately out comes your magazine, as shown there. Now here's your magazine. It's basically a stick magazine. This is metal, again, as we've already mentioned. You can hear it clacking there. Alright, now the reason the magazine is the way it is because most of the grip is taken up with the CO2 cartridge. If it was like the other pistols, as I've already mentioned, you'd have that big mag in there taking up all the space, and your magazine would be a lot bigger. So, because of the CO2 taking up the grip instead of the magazine, you have a very tiny magazine. This holds 15 rounds of TSD 0.2 gram BBs. I'd recommend slapping some 0.25s in here for premium accuracy. The way it works, simply pull the spring down. It actually has a spring lock at the bottom, so this is very convenient, so you don't have to hold the spring down the whole time. And you would drop your BBs in using a speed loader in order to fill your magazine up with 15 rounds. Now, when you want to release the spring, you have all your BBs in here, you want to press this small button at the bottom. Simply press it in and push it forward. Make sure you put your thumb over the top of the magazine just in case the BBs might come flying out and you don't want to have to waste 15 BBs. As you can see, spring will shoot up right there. This magazine is again metal. No feeding issues, shot quite a couple mags out of this gun. It's actually a decent magazine, full metal, and absolutely no problems with it. In order to insert it in, this is where you are going to have a little bit of trouble in my opinion. You want to take it, spring facing forward towards the front of the gun, and push it in. Now you can't just simply go like that. You really have to listen for the click. Simply keep your finger on it and push it in all the way until you hear that click. Otherwise it's going to be sticking out even a fraction of an inch and the BBs aren't going to feed. So magazine wise, just make sure you push it in and you'll have no trouble with it. Then there is of course standard feature on all airsoft guns, your safety. Safety is located on the right side of the gun just above the trigger. Here it is when this small little button is facing towards the front of your gun. That means the gun is on safe. However, in this case the trigger can be pulled. However, nothing will happen, just a smooth pull right back. Push it over, it's on fire. As you can see there, red will be seen. Remember, red is dead. Now, a cool thing about this gun, it does have kind of an alert that you're not on safety, because the trigger pull is pretty tough. So if you think your gun is on safety, you're going to pull the trigger, you'll notice, hey, it's not going back all the way really easy. That means I'm on fire, so quick put it on back on safety. So trigger pulling this thing is a little tough. Really got to push down. It's not going to be just that quick little easy pullback as with safety. It's really going to have to be pushed back in order to pull the trigger. Again, this is a semi-automatic gun, so you don't have to cock back in order for a BB to come out. Just simply continuously pull the trigger, and one BB will fire each time you pull the trigger. Now onto the gun's iron sights. As you can see, they're pretty standard. Got your pyramid sight, as I like to call it, back here with the two squares and then a slit in the middle in order to line up the front sight post. TSD detailed this very nice, but a nice red dot right on the front sight post. That's nice. They took the time to actually do that. It might seem small to you, but it's nice to see a little bit of detail there. These iron sights are pretty accurate to the gun. You really can't put anything else on top of here, so the iron sight is what you're stuck with. And as we already mentioned, this is a tactical 1911. It means you can slap a bunch of accessories on. It's got a lot of features on here so that you can tactilize it out for some serious mil-sim scenario games if you plan to use this in those type of games. Now, main feature on here, 20mm rail located in front of the trigger guard on the bottom of the pistol. This very nice feature. I like pistols with rails. Allows you customization. Customization always a plus, as I always say. Put down here a laser, flashlight, whatever you need. Playing some CQB, slap a flashlight or a laser on there. Have fun. Another tactical feature on this thing, hopefully you can see, is this thing has a threaded barrel, so you can put a mock suppressor on here. That'll make the gun look a little bit cooler, and, well, that's just plain about it. So, threaded barrel, 20mm rail down the bottom for some nice flashlight or laser accessories. So, tactical aspects of this pistol. Great that the manufacturer chose to include those on it. Adds a whole new option of customization to this 1911. Alright, and so we're finished talking about this pistol's features. It has quite a few more than you'd normally find in a standard pistol. So, let's get into the final conclusion of this review. The TSD Sports Tactical 1911 is great. If you're a beginner, even an intermediate player, you could always pick this thing up. If it's your first gas pistol, great thing to buy. It's very nice for the price of $40. You can't beat that if you're thinking, oh, I'll just buy one of those $40 gas blowback pistols. They're crap, guys. At least this is a very decent quality. Sure, you're sacrificing your slide moving back and forth, but non-blowbacks are just as cool in my opinion, considering they're still semi-automatic. That's what you want it for, is you don't have to cock it every time. And especially for the pistol like this, it has as great a feel, very solid, great weight to it. It's a nice pistol. Construction-wise, ABS plastic externally, serrated grip, however, it's very solid. It's not something that's going to fall apart. You can probably whack this against a wall. It'll be alright. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Metal pieces, got a metal inner barrel, metal trigger, metal magazine, and some metal internal. So internally, externally, this gun's fine. Features-wise, you got your safety located right in front of your trigger. Has a nice hard trigger pull on it. Little CO2 housed conveniently inside the grip. Allows you to change it easier without the aid of a big bulky magazine and that Allen key, which eventually you'll strip. You got to buy a new mag. Just keep inserting it into the pistol grip. Magazine, 15 rounds, metal magazine, stick type. No feeding issues, very nice. Got the locking spring mechanism at the bottom. Just when you put it in, make sure you push it up all the way and listen for that click. Iron sights on the gun are fine, and it also has two tactical features, including its 20mm rail located right in front of the trigger guard. Put a laser flashlight on there, and you got the threaded barrel for a mock suppressor. So $40 in my opinion for this gun is a steal. It's very nice quality, comes with a free carrying case. What more could you ask for if you're a beginner? Very nice CO2 pistol. Put it on your Christmas list, guys. It's not too late. Airsoft Station does have a couple of these left in stock, so you can go ahead and pick them up. Very nice quality from TSD Sports here. Great pistol. Pick up the Tactical 1911 today. Great gun for beginners. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video.